So today I wanted to do something a little bit different. Obviously I like switched up my setting a little bit. Today is my day off, so I'm gonna try to get this video filmed and edited and up so that you have something to look at, because I've been really lazy about posting videos and I apologize. I've just been really busy, and then there's been like some life stuff going on, so it's been a little bit complicated lately. So what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of new products here that I've gotten in the last probably like 2 or 3 weeks. And so I wanted to use some of those products to like maybe some first impressions for you, but also just tell you what I've been loving. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit, and then we'll just get right into it. So a lot of you guys have asked me about my tanning routine, and I'm a little more fair than I have been in the past. And that's just because my spray tan is starting to fade. But I do just do the spray tans. I do the Mystic Tan typically, and I just do the light one. I'm going to start off by priming my face. I have 2 of the new Makeup Forever primers. I just got the little guys because I didn't want to invest like the whole $36 if I didn't absolutely love them. So I have the hydrating primer and the smoothing primer. I was really excited that they had these 2 there in the little checkout area for Sephora, just because I wanted to try them. And the only other one they had was the mattifying, but I was definitely more interested in these 2. For today, I'm going to go ahead and use the hydrating primer all over my face. So we'll just apply that bad boy. It's kind of like Too Faced hydrating primer. That's probably too much, but it's okay. I can't get enough moisture right now. It's so dry in Idaho, and so I can't get enough. I'm constantly doing like the hydrate mask from Glam Glow, or I'm constantly applying some kind of moisturizer, especially always chapstick, all that type of stuff. I really like the smell and texture of it. I've had a few blemishes, and I think that's just because I've been playing around with different makeup products so much lately that my skin's kind of like reacting naturally, so it's just part of it. Now that that's all rubbed in, I'm going to take the smoothing one and just put that in any areas where my makeup tends to move around throughout the day. Lately, I am working really long days, like 10 to 14 hour days at one point 2 weeks ago, so I really like to make sure my makeup's going to stay put. For foundation today, I'm going to go ahead and use my Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer. So this is basically the Josie Maran illuminator they had before. They just changed the packaging. So I'm just going to take a pretty generous pump of that guy. I absolutely love the packaging. I think it's so beautiful. And then I'm going to take my Cover FX drops. So I got 2 different colors. I got G40, which is like more of the golden undertones. And then I also got N35, which is going to be more of the neutral undertones, and I couldn't really decide what I was. So typically you want to do about 2 to 3 drops of each. I think you need to shake them before use. And then to apply this, I'm just going to use my Sigma F80 brush and just kind of making my own foundation, which is kind of fun. I absolutely love these drops because you can add them to anything. You can add them to primers, moisturizers, oils, anything like that. I love the idea of adding them to this illuminizer oil. I actually bought them like pretty much for each other, just to give me that really pretty summery, healthy, dewy glow. So you guys will have to tell me what you think of the change of scenery. I just figured maybe it'd be fun to mix it up. And I have a huge window right in front of me right now. So I felt like the lighting was kind of weird the last few times I tried to film. Maybe it was just me. Ugh, I need some concealer. It's been an emotional 24 hours for me. One of my best friends from when we were 12, her dad is in the hospital back home. And so, and we both live here now and have really bonded in the last year, and I just feel terrible because I just wish there was more that I could do, but she basically had to travel home to say goodbye to him. So just squeeze your loved ones a little bit tighter. Keep that in perspective. It's so important to take advantage of the time you have with your loved ones. So anyways, now that that's blended in, we need some concealer like yesterday. So I just picked up this Becca Under Eye brightening concealer, and the gal at Sephora pretty much sold me on it. It's supposed to be a non-creasing formula, so I'm really anxious to try it out. Like I said, when I'm working those longer days, it's really hard to find something that's not going to crease. So again, really pretty packaging. This is what it looks like. It's kind of like a jelly cream. So I'm just going to take my ring finger. It feels really nice. It doesn't really have a smell. It actually kind of reminds me of like what lipstick would smell like. Can't tell if this is focusing or not. Come on, camera. I don't know if it's going to be enough brightening for what I need today, but certainly can give it a try. I might just try to layer on a little bit more. By the way, I haven't really thought out this video at all. I'm just kind of grabbing for new products. I have no idea what kind of look I'm going for. So I wanted to do more of like a get ready with me. I was getting a lot of requests for what I was wearing in my most recent haul video. On my eyes, I was wearing the new Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows, and I got some more today in the mail, which I guess was kind of my boost into filming today, because I told my husband all day that I really needed to and I wanted to, and I kept putting it off, but here I am. So I'm going to take my brush and just kind of stipple it just to make sure that this guy is all blended. So I do feel like it did help kind of mask the bags under my eyes a little bit. But I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more concealer just because I do feel like I still look extra tired. I'm going to go ahead and use my Maybelline Master Conceal. I have been loving this stuff. It feels awesome on. It wears really well. It lasts for a long time. It's super affordable. It's just good old Maybelline from the drugstore. So I have light medium and then I have regular medium. Medium I use for like any touch-ups for blemishes or whatever, just like on the go, and then the light medium I use for brightening. Again, just taking my finger. I try using like different brushes and stuff, and I love my beauty blender, don't get me wrong. It's just not damp right now, so I don't feel like getting up and damping it. And then whatever's left, I'm gonna kind of take my cupid's bow area and down on my chin, and then down the center of my nose. I really kind of want to do a cream contour for you guys because I had 2 boxes show up from Sephora yesterday, so bust these open. One is the Dior Star Foundation. I tried a sample of it and fell absolutely in love. And the other one is the Cover FX Cream Contour Palette. I did get the Laura Mercier one, but I just really couldn't get over that the highlight shade sucked really bad in there. Here is the packaging for this guy, and I got the color G medium deep, so I'm in golden medium deep, and this is what the colors look like in here. So obviously I'm a lot happier with the highlight color. I will probably be using this color to death. This one is like a true like shimmery highlight, and it actually reminds me a lot of the illuminator that I just used to do my foundation. I'm going to take this sculpting brush from Real Techniques and dip it into this shade right here, the number 3 shade. I feel like with this one, a little bit of product goes a long way. My other one, I constantly felt like I had to re-dip my brush into product, and it's getting really frustrating. This is a beautiful shade though. I mean, I hope you guys can see that, but it's warm, but it's not too warm. It's almost like bronzy. Safe to say I'm pretty excited about it. So then I'm just gonna kind of blend it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the same stippling brush, and I'm going to take the number 1 shade right there, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight any areas that I want to highlight. So under here, really carve out those cheekbones. This stuff's amazing. I feel like it just makes your skin look so flawless. Beautiful. So now I'm going to take my Real Techniques buffing brush and just kind of blend everything together. So what I'm going to do is just take a MAC 227 brush, and I'm going to take that same number 3 shade right here, and I'm going to go ahead and just contour out my nose a little bit. I just like to go on either side of the nose. Drag it down a little bit and up into the eyebrow. And then going along the bottom of the nose just to kind of shorten it up a little bit. So that is pretty much how I contour my nose. I'm going to go ahead and take that number 1 shade, that highlight shade, and just run it down the center just to make sure that's nice and defined. So for setting powder, I'm going to use this banana powder from NYX. This is the pressed one. This is my new MAC 135 brush. MAC just came out with a few new brushes, and this is one of them. This is a great paddle brush just because you can press it on and just really get the most from your powder. And then I'm going to take my, what is this? MAC 168 angled blush brush. I've had this thing forever. And this new Hourglass Ambient Bronze Light powder. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love this stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and go over those areas that I just contoured to kind of set them and brighten them up a little bit. This is just a really beautiful shade. It's not too brown or too red. It just brings really natural warmth into the skin. There is a lighter shade, so if you're more fair than I am, I definitely suggest going for the lighter shade. I've been using it as a transition shade for my eyeshadow as well. I just love it. It's fantastic stuff. So now I'm going to use my dual fiber brush. It is the F50 from Sigma. And I'm just going to blend everything together because we don't want any harsh lines or unevenness. And when you're working with that many face products, it's really easy for it to kind of clump together, turn muddy, or just not look properly blended. So this is a really important step. It was so stormy out earlier today. It was like the perfect like sleeping weather. I just watched probably at least half of Jenna Marbles' videos this morning and she cracks me up. She's like my really raunchy alter ego. Like, safe to say, raunchy alter ego, Jenna Marbles. But she's fantastic. I love her. So I'm not going to use this product, I don't think. I don't think I need it. I feel like my face is pretty bronzed. Or I can use it. It's the new Profusion from Make Up Forever, and I was the first person to get this in Boise that I know of. They busted it out of their back stock in Sephora just for me, so I feel really special. But it's an awesome formula. I love it. I guess you guys probably want to see it in action, so I'm going to go ahead and use my MAC 109 brush. This is just like a little contouring brush, and I'll just add a little bit. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it's just so natural looking. The formula is fantastic. It reminds me of like a gel powder, and I don't really even know what that is, but I feel like that's the only way to describe it. It's gorgeous. I love it. I grabbed the shade 30M, which was one of the darkest ones, if not the darkest one, and it didn't have any shimmer in it, which I liked, and it was more brown. So this is it swatched on my finger there, and there it is swatched on my hand. So it comes off more warm on camera than it is in person. I think that's pretty safe to say. Okay, so going back in with that dual fiber brush just because it is so important to blend everything out. So for highlighter, I just got this little gem. I found it on my favorite app ever called Poshmark. I would suggest being really careful buying stuff on there, making sure it's authentic, and really just following the rules of Poshmark because you can see where scams would happen easily on there. But I've actually personally made a lot of money on Poshmark. I have so much fun with it. I bought some really awesome things lately. So I did get the Bobbi Brown Compact Shimmer Brick in Copper Diamond. So that is what that looks like. It is absolutely gorgeous. I feel like it's perfect for this time of year. It's got enough like bronze, but also champagne shimmer to it. It's just like amazing. And to show off another brush, this is the MAC 137, and so I just like to really get it in there and then dust this on top of my cheekbones, and it is just so pretty. I love it. It's been my go-to highlight just because it's not as intense as the Becca one, but it's still really beautiful. So, and then I always take my finger in it and just run it across the top of my Cupid's bow. And then take this brush and just get on my chin a little bit. Another bronzer I wanted to mention to you, which I won't use because I don't think I could layer another bronzer on even if I wanted to. But it is the Dark Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced. Smells like cocoa once again. It's just going to be darker than the other ones, which I can really appreciate. It's this shade right here. So really similar to the Make Up Forever one that I got. But here, I'll go ahead and swatch. Which one did I have? I have medium deep chocolate Soleil. So I don't have the milk chocolate, but this is chocolate Soleil. So, and this has a little bit more of a brown undertone. So that's chocolate Soleil right there. Dark chocolate, and then the Make Up Forever one. Get a little bit better. It's just a little more cool toned, whereas this one's going to be a little bit more warm toned. So it's kind of turned into a swatch video, but I wanted it to be something that I could talk to you guys about, stuff that I'm really excited about and using, but also you could kind of get ready with me too. Moving on to the rest of the face. I'm going to go ahead and use this 24-hour primer from MAC. I really love this stuff for my eyes and my lips. A little bit goes a long way. My MAC girl told me I had to have it, and I was just like, dude, I have so many primers. Like, I don't need another primer. And she's like, you do though. You like really need this one. If not for your eyes, get it for your lips. You say so. I feel like this would be really good if you have like drier eyelids, just because it feels really good on the skin, but it feels like it's also going to keep your makeup on, which is kind of the point. So I've been having so much fun with Snapchat. You guys should probably check out my Snapchat. It's Kryssa SH, and I will put it somewhere right here. And I'm going to take whatever I have left and just put it on my lips. It's going to look kind of weird. Just don't worry about it. My lips look purple, but they won't for long. So we have a problem, guys. I got some more Makeup Geek shadows because it drove me crazy that I didn't have my Z palette full, and now it's too full. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm missing a few of them just because they're sitting right here and they won't fit in here, which is really frustrating to me, but I got, let's see, Starry Eyed, Whimsical, Mesmerized, I got the new Wisteria, Cupcake. So just a bunch of new ones that I'm pretty stoked about. I love the foiled shadows, and actually that's what I was planning on using today. I also got Pegasus, which is insanely gorgeous. If you want to see the shadows more like in depth or in detail, just let me know. It's kind of hard to like pull them out and tell you what they are, but in the spotlight, it's like one of my favorites. It's like a peachy rose gold, like shimmery. It's great for all over the lid. I also love Magic Act because it's got like this gorgeous gold undertone to it, but it's still kind of warm and melony. So I love that one too. I am going to take a just regular E40 from Sigma, and I'm going to take a nice natural shade called Frappe, which is this one right here, and I'm just going to put that into my crease. So I'm just going to make this eye look really super basic and easy because I don't want this video to be a million years long. I wanted it to be fairly relatable. And before I go any further with my eyeshadows, I think I'm going to go ahead and do my brows real fast. So for brow products, I have been loving my Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia. Comb these bad boys out. I feel like they've been growing more filled in lately. And then this is just soft brown. So I take it on a little brush, and then I take the cap and I just kind of press on either side just to make sure I'm getting it nice and precise and a nice sharp line. And I start by filling in the lower portion of my brows. And then I just kind of brush it through. So I do the back half of my brows first, which might be kind of backwards, but I feel like that's the darkest and you want to work into lighter. So I definitely start towards the back end and work my way towards the front. And then when I get to the front, I just kind of do some light strokes. I try to like make sure that I'm not making it look like a block or unnatural. I just want it to look really natural and gradient. Sometimes I set them, sometimes I don't. It just depends on my mood, really, and how much product I want in there. But when I do set them, I either use the clear brow gel or I use the L'Oreal Brow Pumper Stylus. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there for you. So this is the lightest one, the blondie one. And I really like this one just because I feel like it keeps my brows natural looking. I don't want to scare anybody, so... Okay, so for my brow bone, I'm going to take this shade right here, and it's called Shimma Shimma by Makeup Geek, and I love it. So it's just a nice, pretty shimmery shade. And I'm going to take that on the E55. So we're just going to pop that under here. And then I'm going to take that same brush and just do a little bit on the inner corner here just to brighten things up a bit. And I'm going to go back in with that E40 and just blend to make sure that my brow bone shade blends into my transition shade. And next I'm going to take a nice synthetic brush. This is the MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to go ahead and use Magic Act right here, which is that nice pretty goldy bronzy color, and just apply that all over my lid. And then again going in with that E40 just to kind of blend it into the crease. I'm going to use the other side of this brush to go ahead and pop a little bit of Starry Eyed, which is this like nice warm pinky color right here, just in the very center of the lid. These shadows are so amazing to work with. I mean, you hear good things about them, but it's a whole nother story to actually work with them yourself. So to show you another new brush from MAC, I got all the new ones that they had because I love MAC brushes and they sell out so incredibly fast at my store. So I just got them all. But this is the 221 and it's really cool looking. It's similar to the MAC 217, but it's so different. Sorry, they're dirty, but you can see that it's a little bit smaller and more tapered, which is really cool because it's great for like if you want to get a little more in there, a little more precise. So I'm going to use this guy for my under eye so you can see him at work, and I'm just going to take that frappe color again and just go ahead and blend that on the outer third of my eye. Okay, actually all the way underneath my eye. Cool story about this brush though. I used him with black just to kind of define out my crease a little bit. It was amazing and I love it. This might be like my new favorite under eye brush though. Pencil brushes just can be a little bit too sharp for me. Like they kind of hurt to use, I think, personally. But speaking of pencil brushes, I'm going to take the MAC 219 pencil brush and I'm going to take Cocoa Bear and just go right on that very outer third just to darken things up a little bit. And then to blend everything together, I actually really love using my 217 brush just to buff it out and kind of drag the color down a little bit. Like I said, I didn't know where I was going with this makeup look, so it's going very bronzy and warm, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Cocoa Bear on the outer corner as well, just to darken things up a little bit. I can't believe it's almost June. Brian and I have almost been married for a year. It's so crazy how quickly time flies. I mean, we've accomplished so much this year. It's been an amazing year, and I think it's safe to say that being married and coming together has made us stronger and better people. It feels really good to be in that phase of our lives. So, you know, if you're married and it's hard work, just keep working at it. Like, you'll get through it. We've had some pretty close calls and some really tough times, and you know, we keep fighting for it. We really do have a good time and a great life, but we're human, you know, we're all flawed, we all have troubles, but at the end of the day, like, I'm so happy I chose him and I'm so happy he chose me, and I feel really blessed to have him in my life. So if you're married and it's hard, this first year it's been hard, but it's been great. It's also been very rewarding, so hang in there. Next, I'm going to take, back to makeup, I'm going to take Songbird from Becca. I have 5 of the 6 shades now. The only one I don't have is Sweet Pea, and I feel like I should just have it because I already have 5 of them. And I'm going to take that same 168 brush and just warm up the cheeks a little bit. These colors are crazy pigmented. They're so beautiful, but holy cow. Like, you gotta be really careful when you're using them, because otherwise they just end up everywhere. So I want to mention 3 mascaras. One is the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. I love this stuff. I've been using it like crazy. I feel like it makes my eyelashes look like pretty little feathers. It's really comfortable to wear. It's definitely a more moisturizing or like wetter solution. And then I have the Smashbox Full Exposure. This I discovered like 3 or 4 years ago when I lived in Scottsdale. Maybe it was 5 years ago. I don't even remember now. And it's great, but it's a little bit drier formula. And the brush is pretty dang huge, so it's tough to get those lower lashes without getting it all over. And last but not least, I wanted to mention the Lash Sensational from Maybelline. It's just like elongates the lashes and just kind of gives different shape to my lashes, if that makes sense, than other mascaras. So Maybelline's come out with some really awesome products lately, which is really cool. Today I'm going to go ahead and just use my Urban Decay Perversion. I just feel like I love it. So I've been wanting to try the Better Than Sex mascara, so I need to pick up that guy. And then there was something else I wanted to try really bad. Oh, I really want to try the MAC Giga Black for my lower lashes. Stay tuned for that. I don't know. Do they carry those in the MAC stores or do they just carry them online? Because MAC, I like to buy from my MAC store because I love going and seeing my girls. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to go ahead and do Raquel. It's just a nice nudie natural color from the NARS Audacious line. I love these lipsticks. They're so moisturizing. They last a long time, but they're not matte and they're not glossy. So they're just like right in between. I love it. Okay. Yeah, it's just pretty much going to be bad lighting, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys have any questions or want to see any other first impressions or have any products that you think I would love or I need to try, like, please let me know. I am so into new product right now, and I feel like all of the lines are getting really competitive and coming out with really wonderful things, so it's been super duper fun. So yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name I will put right down below, and you can find me on Facebook. Beyond Boutique is what it's under, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye!